This is a good site, isn't it? Prussia and Austria. Alliance broken. Just what I wanted to see. Brandenburg. They are tearing up everyone's shit. For some reason, not actually destroying the university. It's a bit weird. Instead, they hate religion, apparently. Actually, I need to destroy that, don't I? Because that, yes, that's Protestant building. So that will have to be demolished for my rule to be better accepted. And speaking of ruling Berlin, I might as well have them still pay taxes, because even with no taxes, they're still at -10. So yeah. Thankfully, Prague is a bit more into the idea of being ruled by France. But then again, they have been ruled by technically a foreign nation for a long time. So I guess this is just trading one evil for another. Anyway, let's at least make them stably happy, because most of the happiness, or quote-unquote happiness, right now is because of my men. So let's repair the buildings and, yeah, see if we can get the happiness up. Also, I think I mentioned this, yeah, I definitely did mention this, done with almost every war at this point, except for against Savoy, Genoa, and Great Britain. And like the Barbary states, but come on, everyone's at war with the Barbary states, and no one really cares either. Anyway, that means that I can take my navy, grab some soldiers right here, and I'll actually go on and grab more of them. I need a general, by the way. Let's see. A good general, come on. Yeah, 3-star. I think that's the default. Let's see, grab some good units. Also repair those units, because some of them are banged up and they definitely don't need to be banged up. Let's see. Repair you, or merge you. We always have a full army here. Only thing I'm not worried about, but annoyed about, is the lack of artillery. But I can't do anything about that right now. Let's see, line infantry. Every one of those are just line infantry. So, except militia, of course, yay. So let's take you, and also then they lost to Chevron. Yeah, that happens. Anyway. There we go, that's full. No, still one more. Oh, that actually had 350, so that was a bit silly. Anyway, take all of you guys and embark. Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah. Forgetting the mechanics of this. I just came from playing Victoria 2. A Paradox game, and yeah, the disembarking and everything works quite differently in that game. So that's why I was slightly confused there. And I still messed it up. There we go. And if I just can get over the lag here, I guess, we can actually go on and invade Great Britain and take London. For some reason, it actually says that... Oh. For God's sake. It's bloody frustrating, because if you had Darthmod, you have a lot of options you can make. Like, how big should my artillery battery be? And how good should the graphics be? Should I have like, enhanced effects? And etc. One of the options is no forts. And you know, I click that and I expect that to be no forts. And what do I get? Forts, aka settlements, fortifications. Which basically means if I really want to take London, I must have a siege battle. And we know how much they suck and how much I hate them. So I won't be getting London this turn. That's painfully obvious, or apparent, I guess. We need a lot of artillery. Of course, it would be good to have artillery anyway, but now we really need it. So, some big guns right there, some 12-pounders with 800 range. Very, very nice. Howitzer is actually better for fighting forts, I would say, or it kind of is and kind of isn't, because it is because it's much better against just pure infantry, because one of the I'm saying because a lot, but because the a lot of the challenge in attacking fort is that the defense will never out. And the howitzer do have an awesome area of effect attack. The cargo shot which later develops into the not, is it quicklime? Might be quicklime. What am I thinking of? Phosphorus? Yeah, but that's a modern equivalent. So anyway, so that's good for that, and just regular artillery is of course better at just bashing down the walls than do the kind of brute damage right there. Also, another thing with those guys not needing too much repression, or what is it called? Come on, I know it's called something. Let's see. Well, garrison forces. I'm repressing the people right there, so they won't rebel, basically. But I think the repression, I might leave a few units behind. But repairing those buildings will certainly do a lot. Just because I get rid of the devastation debuff, and also I get the Royal Observatory and Governor's Palace and get them into full effect. So I'll try to take that army and go and capture Genoa, maybe. So let's see here. I can. Do I have? Oh, never mind. I was thinking, can I just walk through here? But no, obviously I can't, because I'm thinking, do I have military access with these guys? Well, that wouldn't matter, because Austria, right here, and also Vienna. Venice, not Vienna. Vienna is the capital. So I basically have to go just straight home and deal with that. So yeah, I hopefully soon have a army that's free to actually do stuff. Also, this one badly needs repairing, so just use some money on those. There we go. Hopefully they will be happily repaired next turn. Also, I think this might be like the battle for the turn, for well, for this part, I should say. So I think I'll just make a cut here and come back again when something interesting happens. Maybe those guys try to fight me. So see you in a bit, hopefully. And what do you know, I didn't even have to make a cut there. Or might make a little tiny one, I don't know. So, opportunity to intercept, and I gladly accept, because that will drag those guys out. And this is massively in favor of me. And yeah, to have a battle this episode, why not try to brutally murder them? Because we love that, right? Anyway, the Battle of London, or Battle of I don't know, Westminster? It's kind of part of London. There's also outside London, but by this time it might have grown into the old London itself. Might have. Also, you might notice the distinct lack of music, and I do apologize, but I explained this previously, but I can take it again. Basically, you might have heard of the interesting, to say the least. Speaking of interesting, the camera is reset, but the interesting YouTube content ID system, and that basically causes the music to be recognized, and that means that I can't have the background music on because that is actually copyrighted. So yeah, that's that. Let's see, where is it? Controls. There we go. I hate when it resets the camera like that because I can't zoom any further out than this. And it's okay, I guess, but I really want to have yeah, kind of the view I want of the battle, and like I can't turn the camera any more down. I can't point it straight down. That's a little bit annoying. Anyway, I know the majority of the enemy army is actually coming in from behind, so let's take my my units here, every single one of them, except a few of them. Let's see, how many? I guess you. So group you guys, well, ungroup them and then place them, and then group them. Oh man, this camera is annoying, especially when you use the old one. Oh, that's actually the deployment line. Never mind then. Also, I think I moved every single one of them, and I only wanted to move a few. Okay. This is annoying. Oh, never mind. I actually had several of them over there. Just looked like a few more brigades than it actually was. There we go. And you deploy over here. And there aren't as many broken or depleted, I guess, regiments, as you can see right here. Actually, I'll keep them back. They need some rest and recreation. There we go. That should also catch the ones who are coming in through town. Speaking of that, let's try to drag it out even more. There we go. This is a slight choke point. I don't think they will actually be able to get up there, so this should be just fine. Cavalry, be ready to help out over here. Have one unit right here, this way, and another unit this way. Yeah, now the reinforcement will probably come in from over here. Just be typical. But we'll see. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt and hope the best. There we go. That should be sufficient to deal with the enemy. The enemy I'm actually intercepting. There we go. You guys are supposed to rest, so just place yourself on top of here and be kind of the secondary bodyguard for the general. Kind of like, okay, I'd rather have them there, and you guys. There we go. That's decent, right? Let's see, try to get you a bit. There we go. Looking nice. So, end deployment, and let the battle begin. And here you have it. There comes the reinforcements. I was actually way off right there, but still, I would say it's very good for me, because if we do like, might actually be able to make a straight line. Yeah, we actually are. So, what I really need to do. Oh, wow, those guys spawn close, really close. Let's see. Artillery, not artillery, but cavalry. Light dragoons. Oh, those guys are actually charging. Yeah, let's do something about that. Both have the square be implemented and send in my own. Suck on that. Oh, yeah, general. My general. He is being shot by artillery. Yeah, that's not the nicest surprise there. Okay. But what I was trying to say is that I'm using my cavalry basically to hold up these men while my men get into their positions. And I thought they were running, but obviously they weren't. Anyway, the light dragoons are surely or obviously losing, so that's good. Okay, those guys are wavering just because of the friendly fire from the artillery and because of those guys moving up. And this is slightly silly. I don't think this is a recommended tactic, to be honest. Ooh, that's quite nasty. Let's see, of course the cavalry attack interrupted the flow of my infantry, so we'll have to deal with that. Also, let's grab those guys. I don't want to deselect them, so just do like this and deselect those guys, and that should be what I need. So I think I could do more like this stuff. Yeah, something like that. That should be what I need to do. So hopefully that will actually reach that point in time. Okay, General is shattered, so we don't have to care about him anymore. Yeah. Yeah, this camera angle is interesting, but it's certainly I can certainly stomach it. That's not the problem. Well, the problem mainly is that I chose a setting in the script, and when I entered the game, the option wasn't valid anymore. So that's a bit sad and annoying. But what can I do? As I said, it's manageable. It's like it's not what I call a game-breaking thing or experience-breaking thing, I guess. Let's see, those have a slight lisp there. Let's see, those guys are actually not giving a damn about those guys, really. Also, those guys will most likely just charge here. But while we wait for that, let's try to get our infantry over there. Also, I have a lot of backup infantry right now. How do we want to do this? Nope, not you. There we go. What I was saying was not... I didn't want to involve them in the grouping. Not when they're almost finally ready to fire. Jeez, this has taken a long time. Also, I might want to involve those guys rather. Do something like that. Let's take a look at the elevation. Okay, I guess. And what we actually can do here is try to do something like this. That should actually be quite doable. And just squash them in here. And have these guys be in reserve. Along with those guys. Actually place them in exactly the same place here. That's a coincidence. That was not intentional at all. Okay, I have to cram a bit of you, both to get in range and also to actually have you in line of fire. There we go. We have the surround going. Push them up, run them up actually. have a kind of weak flank over here. And those guys are, yeah, they are indeed quite bunched up. Oh, yeah, that's an old movement command, certainly. Let's see, do something smart like this. And also, every single one of those guys, well, they'll most likely return. No, they won't actually, because those are garrison. Well, they'll return to the garrison no matter what, so. But they are just breaking, and like immediately when they enter the field, and that's good because that means a well-fought battle. At least in terms of losses, on in favor of me, that is. I might be a bit over the top, but let's roll with it. And why are we not firing? Are you still reloading? Yeah, you actually are. But take a look at this, at least. When those guys finish shuffling around. There we go. Oh, come on. Of course. Given that those guys weren't actually technically inside the battlefield when those guys were ready to fire, and because of that, they technically didn't have a target. They start the battle mode all over again, and basically means, well, now the first rank has to be ready to fire, and the first rank certainly isn't. So, even though the second and third rank is, so yeah. Once again, small annoyances. I do realize that I'm bashing certain aspects of the game pretty frequently, but I want to stress this: I do really love this game. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Just the hours I put into this, and kind of what it did for me when it comes to my I wouldn't say involvement, but love more of the when it comes to the Total War franchise. Because this is the first Total War game I played, and yeah, it holds a special place in my heart. Together with Darthmod, I would say. The day I discovered Darthmod, oh, don't get me started. I actually stayed home from school for playing Darthmod. Which you shouldn't do, which is quite bad. Stay in school, kids. I did. I did. I should stress that. Soon to be studying history, actually, on university level. Not a university, but the equivalent. Anyway, the battle is over. I don't think I really routed too many men, just because they entered the battlefield, I shot at them, and they broke. They didn't shatter. So that's... well, why not? Auto-resolve, and that went much better. Oh, you just want to continue doing this? Doesn't mean that this garrison is just completely annihilated. That's not a good idea for you. Anyway, Martinique seems to be quite doomed, which is fine. I'll just crush England or Great Britain, and just leave those territories be rebelling, and then grab them myself. No big deal. Yeah, Great Britain didn't really have a good garrison there, unless it was hiding in Scotland somewhere or something. It has lost Gibraltar, by the way. I think so. Has it? I think it has. So they don't have any territories because Malta isn't British by this time. In the game, that is. It shouldn't be. I'll just check after Prussia and the Iroquois. And all of them are doing their stuff. Anyway, Prussia, last turn they also wanted this. They wanted to take Rhineland. And in return they would give me 4 technologies. I rejected it then, but looking back at it, I think I'll actually go for it. Because I don't need that many regions, I just happen to take that many when all nations on Earth, seemingly, just went to war with me at the same time. So, yeah, I think I'll do it. There we go. That should give me some bonuses. Also, that should probably allow me to upgrade stuff. That did, of course, extend the power of Prussia. But then again, I have the capital and most valuable city, so that's not really a big deal. To me, anyway. Russia, certainly building up some armies here. They do have Finland, which I must have captured. Yeah, they don't start with Finland, start with Estonia and, well, Ingria and Estonia, basically. Okay, building constructed, army board, France. Rebellion, Brandenburg, that's a shocker. And here we go. Oh, full garrison. That's interesting. Look at this. I can't actually zoom in close on this. Anyway. That means... what did that mean, actually? Oh yeah, it was... it means I can recruit a shitload of more units. I thought I could. Gendarmerie of France. Some of them. I can't remember which. And with the next one... Infanterie Vieux and Maison du Roi. Yeah, good. Also, recruitment capacity +4. That basically exceeds beyond this one, so that's interesting. Anyway, I think this actually... Yeah, this is open. This is an open one, so let's see if we can just grab one unit quickly, a Grenadier unit, and just bring them with us. We got kicked out of Portsmouth, but you saw that. I don't think I'll actually cut that. Yeah, I need to do something about those guys. But I think I'm actually able to just grab London right here. Surrendered, refused. Oh, how little I trust the auto-resolve button. This is how little I trust the auto-resolve button. Seriously. Like 3,000 against 128, and I still don't trust the auto-resolve button. It has burned me so many times. Thankfully not this one, because it actually is a bit more sensible. And frankly better programmed. Shh, it's better programmed. By the guy who made Darthmod, I would say, because he has tweaked the AI significantly. But the naval AI, in battle it's good. That's not the point, but the battle resolve AI, jeez, is it bad. My god, is it so unfair. Like number wise. What did I have? I had 6 second rates going up against... What was it? I think it might have been a first rate, but still, it was a single lonely first rate. Like combined, I have like, how many? 6 times the amount of guns he have? Well, certainly 5 times the amount of guns he has. I should have just just obliterated him. But no, I think he sunk like 3 of my ships and then took off. It didn't even sink himself. So that's how stupid it can be sometimes. But I'm forgetting the more happier parts. I got freaking England. Oh yeah. I think that's quite a bombshell to end on. I think that is quite fitting. Of course, I'll deal with this, and the roads goes to Edinburgh, and then takes this handy little passageway, which is completely realistic, by the way. Certainly, very, very realistic. This is just, yeah. Haven't you heard about the Giant's causeway? It should be here, right? But anyway, then the trip goes to Ireland, and then I think Great Britain is basically done, because Gibraltar is down there. That's been captured, and as I said, Malta does not belong to Great Britain. So that basically means Great Britain is gone, and I can actually see the garrison here, and they are utterly screwed. If not, Ireland is hiding a giant army, or like 3 army stacks. They are basically done. Well, the people hate me, so I'll have to face several attempts of revolution. So that's something. But yeah, we're in a pretty good position by now. So I'll just finish up the wars, and then I really don't know what I will do. Maybe try to extinguish Prussia from the map. Or maybe, let's see, a more natural enemy. I guess Spain. Or Austria. At least in this time point right here. 1797. Well, basically, well, you could say every single nation in Europe was kind of France's enemy at this point in time. Speaking of that, I'm actually kind of creating a slight empire right here, just from capturing regions I was at war with from the very start. Anyway, I'll say this is the end of this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.